7 billion people in the world trying to fit in. Keep it together. Smile on your face even though your heart is frowning. But hey now, you know girl, we both know it's a cruel world. But I will take my chances. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love me, as long as you I'll be your soldier, fighting every second of the day for your dreams, girl. I'll be your hover. You could be my destiny's child on the scene, girl. So don't stress, don't cry. Oh, we don't need no wings to fly. Just take my hand. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love me, as long as you love me, as long as you love me, please don't go. As long as you love me.
Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast Ferrari. With me in the wave, but in the morning, do you still want me? Can I be honest?
You broke me first. Maybe you don't like talking too much about yourself, but you should have told me that you were thinking about someone else. You're drunk at a party, or maybe it's just that your car broke down. Your phone's been off for a couple of months, so you're calling me now. I know you're like this. When shit don't go your way, you needed me to fix it. And like me, I did. But I ran out of every reason. Now could say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts. When you broke me first, you broke me first. Took a while, was in an hour when I first heard, but you moved on quicker than I could ever, you know that hurt. So for a while I was there on my phone just to see your name, but now that it's here I don't really know what to say. I know you're like this, when shit don't go your way you needed me to fix it, and like me I did, but I ran out of every reason. Now suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me where'd you get the nerve? Yeah, you could say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts. When you broke me first, you broke me first. What did you think would happen? What did you think would happen? I'll never let you have it. What did you think would happen? Now suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me where'd you get the nerve? Yeah, you could say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts. When you broke me first.
I made a mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Slide down closer, baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about your love. I know I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know that it might be tough. I know when you're had enough. It's just how I show my love. Made a mistake now.
Cause you're tired, cover you as you decide. When you fall asleep inside my arms, may not have the fancy things, but I'll give you everything you could ever want. It's in my arms. So baby tell me yes, and I will give you everything. So baby tell me yes, and I will be all yours tonight. So baby tell me yes, and I will give you everything. I will be
state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Our armed forces, active duty members, veterans, and their families for their selfless service and sacrifice to our nation. Please join us in a special salute to all military personnel in attendance. If you're an active or retired service member, we invite you to stand or wave so we can show our gratitude with a round of applause.
Where is everybody?
Dance when it come on. Everybody looking for a dance, go to run on.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm with the music.
Hey, it's been too long ago, my love. Where did we go wrong? Too late to turn around. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. city lights, 'cause I can't sleep tonight. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long ago, my love. Where did we go wrong? Too late to turn around. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long. You're just like my favorite song, going round and round my head. Like my favorite song, going round and round my head. You're just like my favorite song, going round and round my head. Like my favorite song, going round and round my head.
there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't wait. And you want forever in a minute. That summer night, and right fast as he got Milo in him, he got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like.
I'm a step in, people get to see. Ready like a weapon, focused like a beam. Gotta keep you guessing, nothing but it seems. Living in the nightmare, fighting for the dream. Coming for the gold, keep steady for the win. Champion my blood, crown heavier than sin. This ain't what it was, blood levels in the wind. Hurricane surge when you press like a brick. Second for the birds, I'm an eagle on the scent. Coming for the prey, dedicated to intent. Simple in my ways, no place when I pen. Set the page ablaze by the way I scrape the pen. Feelings blaze when the energy on.
And now your starting lineups for Fort Lauderdale United. Number 0, Michael Stone. Number 2, Joachim Bettina. Number 3, Carlos Levy Ianato. Number 4, Adrisa Murwawe Mane. Number 6, Matisse Lefevre. Number 7, Andres Morale. Number 8, Diego Valles. Number 10, Carlos Zambrano. Number 11, Michael Appia. Number 12, Ivan Arenas. And number 18, Ronaldo Belgrove. And the head coach for Fort Lauderdale United, Mark Lou Young. And now your starting lineup for your Sarasota Paradise. Number 10, Fabrizio Bernal. Number 11, Romeo Dahlin. Number 12, Felipe Rojas. Number 14, Enzo Panozzo. Number 15, Christian Leon. Number 20, Owen Barnett. Number 24, Lucas Comrade. Number 28, Jack Kilstrom. Number 29, Robert White. Number 32, Robert Burlew. And number 35, Andres Frere. Assistant coaches, Jamie Hutchinson, Mark McPhee, and Glody Conga. Team administrator, Lila Mae Stewart. And the head coach of your Sarasota Paradise, Mirko Doktovich. Tonight's color guard comes from MacDill Air Force Base. MacDill Air Force Base Honor Guard. And fans, yes, please rise for the singing of our national anthem being sung tonight by Melina Kerstevsky.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
is Melina Krotevsky from the Music Sound Pack.
It is the biggest game of the 2025 season. It is the Sarasota Paradise hosting Fort Lauderdale United for their second time this season. The Sarasota Paradise come into this one after a loss against FC Miami City. They need a rebound win tonight against the #1 team in Fort Lauderdale United. Fort Lauderdale 7 wins, 1 loss, but the good news for the Paradise were the team to beat Fort Lauderdale United 2-1 just a couple weeks ago. They'll be looking to do it here today to try and climb back up towards #1 in the standings. My name's Addison Resco. So glad to have you alongside with us at the beautiful Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Alongside me is my partner, Mr. Paul Whiteside. Paul, we just talked about it. The Paradise coming off a game that they probably shouldn't have lost, a game against a team that hadn't won any games previously. They go in there and not only get beat, but beat pretty bad, 4-2, a late goal to make it look better. It was really 4-1.
Yeah.
Now they've got a home game versus the #1 team in the league, where a game, if they lose, they're probably nearly out of it. What do they have to do today to make sure they come out with a win?
Yeah, this is a must-win today. This is probably the biggest game that the Sarasota Paradise have played all season. And let me start with talking about Fort Lauderdale and their defense, man. I mean, 3 goals all season, 2 of them coming from the Paradise and Andres Ferreira. So they're going to have to capitalize on all of those goal-scoring opportunities. They're going to have to play at that fast pace. They're going to have to press hard like they've been doing all season. If they can really capitalize on those goal-scoring opportunities, limit mistakes in the box, and score some goals, we could see a close game here.
Now the Paradise were the first team to score against Fort Lauderdale United this season. In the first 5 games of the season, Fort Lauderdale allowed 0 goals. 6 of 8 clean sheets on the season. It was Andres Ferreira in the 81st minute of that 6th game of the year that finally broke the deadlock on Fort Lauderdale United's season. However, it's not Nigel Haverin tonight in goal. He started all 8 games, 6 clean sheets. Tonight, it's Michael Stone in at goalkeeper. He's only played 19 minutes so far. Is that something you think the Paradise can play to an advantage of?
Yeah, I definitely do think it could be something that could play to an advantage. I think they should test him early, get those hands warmed up, take some shots early. It could definitely be a mistake. I mean, 19 minutes, this guy has not played really, in an actual game, so I really think they could test him early, maybe cause a mistake.
All right,
Michael
Paradise
Stone.
fans, let's get ready and let's get loud for the kickoff.
Paradise
Give
on
it
the
up for
season,
your
4 wins,
Sarasota
1 draw, and 1
Paradise.
loss. Fort Lauderdale, 7 wins and 1 loss on the season. Your officials tonight, Logan Alger, Corbin Goodyear, Preston Joyner. And awaiting a word from the head official, and we are underway. The biggest game for the Sarasota Paradise in the 2025 season. It's a big one against the top dog in the South Florida Division, Fort Lauderdale United. And we talked about that Fort Lauderdale defense again. Only 3 goals allowed this season, in large part due to the insanely strong back 4. But here's an early opportunity. Here's Michael Appia. Appia sends it in, and there's the leading goal scorer, Zambrano. And it will be out for a goal kick. That's some great defense right there from Lucas Camrath, who has been one of the stars on this defense.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing defense from Lucas Camrath. They're able to get his body in front and force that goal kick.
Lucas Camrath also netted that game-tying goal in the 89th minute against St. Petersburg. Here's Jeffrey White taking it into the box early. Paradise able to control possession. Nice hustle right there from Felipe Rojas. Andres Ferreira. Bernal chips it in. Finds Jeffrey White. He'll go for goal. And the shot is blocked away by Lefebvre.
Yeah, you see 2 early shots there by Jeffrey White. It's clear that they want to score early. It's clear that they want to start out fast here and test the goalkeeper.
And then talking to Marko Dakovic, the head coach for the Paradise at the beginning of this game, he talked about the lack of aggressiveness in the last game and how the Paradise were unbeaten in 15 matches, and they took for granted what should have been a win, not playing to their fullest strength. And here is, in his second game, Romeo Dahlin scored a goal in his first game. And an easy retrieve for Michael Stone.
Yeah, it's a nice idea by Jeffrey White. It's a decent ball into the box, just unable to get around it for Ere.
Adrissa Mane. All the way from Senegal. Leonardo. Mane will play it long. And it's a nice job by Roberto Burlu to get ahead on that one. He is making his first appearance for the Sarasota Paradise this year, coming over from Wisconsin University. Paradise wanted to address the constant changes that they've been having at the right back position to start the season. And Marko Dakovic, and in fact many players on the team, spoke highly of Roberto Burlu in his first week of practices. He only came in just a couple of days ago, but a lot of good word on the kid from Wisconsin. That's a great pass right there from Dahlin. Here's Bernal. Here is Burlo. Oh, sends him to the ground, and now here's Bernal. He'll chip it in. A slight push in the back on Ferrere, but play on, says the referee, and it's picked up by Stone.
Give it up for your Sarasota Paradise.
Yeah, just going back to what you said about Roberto Burlu, you know, coming over from Wisconsin University. We talked to Seth Mahlmeister, you know, the leading goal scorer, leading assist leader, had some very good words to say, called him a pure right back. That's what Marko Dakovic said. So some very good words addressing that right back position, like you said, that they've had some changes over the course of this season.
Mane. Lefebvre. Playing it long, looking for Zambrano, and it's a nice challenge by Panozzo. And it'll be a throw. 5th minute of action here at the Premier Sports Campus. Biggest game of the year, not only for the Paradise, but also for Fort Lauderdale United, because they've still got to deal with St. Petersburg, who is 5-1-1 on the season with 16 points. But with the win here today, they almost take the Paradise out of contention, and they've already played 8 games. This is game number 9, and you're beginning to try and find a way to how they don't win the league if they can come away with the win here. But here's Owen Barnett trying to get the Paradise on the board early. Oh, that was a nice chip in to Bernal, but it just sails over his head. Early momentum so far for the Paradise.
Yeah, it's a nice cross in there by Owen Barnett. A really nice idea, just a little too high from Bernal as maybe a defender down in the box.
Official will call time, and he'll pick up the ball. Looks like a defender went down in the box, the one that was challenging Fabrizio Bernal. Here's Lefebvre. Jeffrey White, nice control. And does it again. Oh my goodness, what a display. And then a nice move by Dahlin. Now here's Jeffrey White. And it will go out for a Paradise throw.
Yeah, that was some world-class control by Jeffrey White there, able to control the ball in the air and just tip it over the defender.
And then
play it, and then a nice 1-2 in there, able to get outside and make a nice run.
A great 2 from Jeffrey White and Romeo Dahlin. Jeffrey White hasn't seen too much starting time this season. Did start in that home opener against St. Petersburg back in May. And Romeo Dahlin in his second game with the Paradise. Pinozo the throw in. Into the box, it's got a chance, but it is sent away. And now a possible break here for Fort Lauderdale. It's Andres Morale. 2 goals on the season for him. Belgrove. Played back for Mane. Lenato. Valles. And it's taken away. Oh, and a good slide right there from Lenato to stop Andres Ferrere from getting that. Paradise still control possession. White to the other side. Pinozo trying to squeeze it in there to Ferrere, but Mane there to send it away, and a nice move by Zambrano, the leading goal scorer. He had scored in every game going into that Sarasota Paradise game. Scored in the first 5 games of the season. Paradise finally shut him down. He has 6 goals on the year, 1 assist. The only downside for Carlos Zambrano this season has been the amount of yellow cards. He's picked up 4 yellow cards on the season, something he'll want to avoid. Yeah. It was a big part of the reason the Paradise were able to come back in the 90th minute, because Ivan Arenas, who just went down there, picked up a double yellow, and the Paradise played with an advantage for the final 5 to 7 minutes of that match.
Yeah, it's something that both teams are going to want to avoid here is those yellow cards and then maybe those double yellows and a send-off. They're going to have to be really careful with those risky challenges. You know, not to say that they shouldn't be aggressive, but just be careful, because that's something that could really change the course of the game.
And this isn't a game either squad wants to lose. The Paradise can't afford it.
Yeah.
It'll be a throw for Miami AC deep in Paradise territory. Lefebvre, pass deflected, but Fort Lauderdale able to get it back. It's Lefebvre again. Back and forth we go. Played into the box, and it's Robert Burlew getting ahead on it, sending it away for the time being. It's Arenas. And picked up by Jack Killstrom. And Killstrom looking to go quick. You could hear him yell, keep, trying to keep Pinozo away. Now it's a ball in for Andres Ferrere. That is quickly picked up by Michael Stone.
Yeah, some early cinematics there from Lenato in the backfield with Andres Ferrere. Looks like they're getting into it a little bit. Some shoving, some pushing. Some early tension here in this really important game.
Batin. Now Lefebvre. Nice pressure from Ferrere. Forces the pass back to the keeper. Mane plays it to the other side. Waiting there is Michael Appia. Lefebvre giving chase is Killstrom, and that's a great diving stop.
Yeah, it's a great stop by Killstrom, but it's a great ball in there to the box.
Zambrano almost got it.
Come on, fans. Let's go Paradise!
Oh, that's a nice move by Enzo Pinozo, but mistiming the run is Roberto Burlew. Christian Leon sends that one away. Jeffrey White will give chase. Batin. Mane once again plays long. He's done that 3 times now in the early bits of this first half. He's really trying to create some chances, but for the first 12 minutes of this game, it's really been the Paradise dictating the pace.
Yeah, they definitely have. They've gotten the majority of the chances. And you see Fort Lauderdale playing back a lot. They're trying to find some chances. They're trying to find some holes and some openings in that Paradise defense, as you see Mane there trying to play those long balls.
Here's Lucas Camrath. Or to Felipe Rojas, and Rojas' pass is sent out for a throw.
Come on, fans.
Great defense right there from Joaquin Batina.
Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise.
Burlow. That's a nice touch right there from Dahlin, but it is taken away. Once again, Ferrere battling with Lanano.
He's been battling there a lot with Mane, too, who's pretty much been shutting him down as of this early in the game.
Arenas thought he lost it, but he got it back. Tries to squeeze it in there to Michael Appia. Michael Appia, he's been a known player against the Sarasota Paradise for quite some time. Last season, in the season opener versus Miami AC, he scored in that 2-1 Miami AC win over the Paradise. And Michael Appia, a player with one of those feel-good stories, just got drafted to Inter Miami in the MLS Super Draft in the 3rd round with pick number 82. And coaches talk about his speed, but something that might be even cooler than his speed is the fact that growing up in the country of Ghana, where he's from, he played with an orange because he didn't have a soccer ball growing up. And so he learned to play soccer with his friends in Ghana with an orange. And it's just incredible to see that translate to being drafted to where Lionel Messi, the greatest player, for some arguably the greatest player of all time, plays right now.
Yeah, and you got Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets on that team. Like, you've got some amazing all-time players. What a story for Michael Appia. Truly a feel-good story.
Pinozo almost lost that one, but now Bernal does. And getting too shifty was Diego Valles. Now it's Bernal. Can he get past Mane? No, he cannot. That's great defense right there from Mane.
Fantastic defense from Mane, able to not bite on any of the moves that Bernal was doing. And once he tries to break away, able to get that foot in there. Nice tackle, and it's out for a throw.
15th minute of action here. It's a good play initially by Diego Valles, but eventually too much pressure from the Paradise caused him to lose it and almost generate a score opportunity. Can the Paradise control? It's Pinozo. Good chip into the box. Barnett sends it to Jeffrey White, but that's a great play right there from Batin to stop White from getting that, because White had a lot of room on that left side if it got by him.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous, but a really, really nice header. Had to fully extend there, jump high, but got just enough of it on the head to deflect it.
Here is Valles. Mane. Arenas. Valles. Lefebvre. Back and forth with Mane. Fort Lauderdale won their last game 2-1. It was a game that they won on a late winner, a game that they haven't played their best game. They played their best at the beginning of the season, but that game, a lot of sloppy plays that they're going to want to clean up in this one. A game that they can't afford to play like against a team like the Paradise. Won a late penalty in that one to secure their 7th win of the season.
Yeah, you're definitely right about you can't get lucky against a team like the Paradise, and same with you can't get lucky against a team like Fort Lauderdale. They're going to have to limit those mistakes. There's no bailouts this time. Each team is going to have to play at their best, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Mane, poor pass, and Burlew there to retrieve, and now Burlew on the run. That's a nice move past Arenas. Now it's Fabrizio Bernal. And once again, it's Mane there to shut it down. He's been a strong force on that back line for Fort Lauderdale United. Going long, and he has Belgrove. Belgrove looking for his first goal in the season. Over to Michael Appia. And he is locked down. It's Felipe Rojas with some wonderful defense. Here's White. Using his speed to try and get by Lefebvre. That's a good ball if he's not offside, but he is.
Yeah, it's a nice run by Rojas, but just a little bit offside. I could see it up here at the booth, just a tad offside, but a really nice idea, some nice play by Jeffrey Wright and Felipe Rojas.
Mane slips. And a poor touch right there from Zambrano. And Barnett almost able to win possession, and now he does. Stuck with it and gets the reward. Camrath Paradise looking to play to the other side. Bernal. Burlew. Out of the speedy midfielder, Christian Leon. Rojas. It's White. Rojas there, and it will go out, and it will be a corner.
Yeah, I'm seeing this interesting look there on that left side where Jeffrey Wright and Felipe Rojas seem to be kind of swapping positions and kind of playing nice 1-2s, and it's a good look for the attack, and we'll see if that can help get some balls into the box and maybe a goal-scoring opportunity, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from both of them.
Paradise in their last home game were able to score off of a corner. It was Andres Ferreira who scored that second goal, and it came off their 7th corner of the game. They had an abundance of corners. We'll see if they have any success on some set plays here on this one. It's Owen Barnett to kick it in. Here's Bernal to Pinozo. Controlling his Camrath, and he sends it over there.
Yeah, it's a nice play by Bernal, able to head it down, take some bounces, and eventually it falls to Camrath. Gets a little touch on it, but the volley was not there, and it goes over the bar.
Lucas Camrath was looking for his 2nd goal of the season and turned a shot that didn't look like it had much of a chance into a real opportunity for the Paradise as Mane sends it down again. Barnett giving chase with Lefebvre, and Barnett wins the battle.
Yeah, the corners for the Paradise could be interesting. I mean, double-digit corners for that last home game for the Paradise, and eventually a goal came off it on the 7th.
Burlew, oh, what a nice move. Plays it in, and another corner right on cue.
Yeah, amazing attacking play from Burlew. They're able to squeeze it past the defender. Just can't get into the box, but it's another corner, so we'll see if there's another opportunity like the last corner just a minute ago.
This time it'll be Felipe Rojas to take the corner. It was something that the Paradise specialized in last season, scoring off those set pieces or the throws that Enzo Pinozo loves to do deep in opponent territory. 21st minute, still knotted up at 0. Pinozo almost got ahead on that one, but it was sent away by Mane again. He has been dialed in all night, but this will sit up the Enzo Pinozo throw.
Yeah, he has really been a core part of this Fort Lauderdale defense that's been so good this season. We saw it right there.
Short throw in, and it is sent away. Barnett at a tough angle gets it in. Ferrere tried to angle that one, but could not, and Stone picks it up cleanly.
Yeah, it's a tough angle there by Owen Barnett, who seemed to want to maybe play it back into midfield, but then plays it into the box off his back foot. But a really nice ball in there, but Ferrere unable to capitalize on it.
Enzo Pinozo. Owen Barnett. A nice pass to Burlew. Burlew shown some great moves tonight. Lucas Camrath. And again, just miscommunication with Roberto Burlew. We've seen it a couple times tonight. That's now the second time that saw it, first with Pinozo and Burlew, and now with Camrath and Burlew. Talk about how to get past that first game playing with a new player. You played soccer before. How difficult is it to break that barrier in the first game, and what can you do in a mid-game adjustment to kind of combat that?
It's tough, absolutely. You know, back, in high school and middle school, I switched teams a lot, and it was definitely, it took a few games to get adjusting to new players and new schemes and new plays, and it's definitely really tough. So not surprising to see that, but it should go away soon.
Felipe Rojas didn't have anybody by him, but he did send that out of play, so it will be a throw for Fort Lauderdale. Lefebvre. Here's Michael Appia. He's got that speed. Terrible pass, and it is taken away by Burlew, who sends it to Fabrizio Bernal, who gets by Money. It's a 2-on-1, but a terrible pass as he was trying to find Andres Ferrere in the middle, and a goal-scoring opportunity goes to waste. And you talked about that in the opener, capitalizing on those opportunities. Paradise missed a big chance there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said at the beginning. They have to limit mistakes in that latter half of the field. We saw there a beautiful ball from Burlew into Bernal, and then a nice touch over the head of Mane, and a nice kind of run from Bernal, and then just a missed pass in there to Ferrere, just way, way too short. And that cannot happen if you're going to want to beat a team like Fort Lauderdale, which they have to do tonight.
Mane. Plays it back to Stone. Some pressure from Dahlin. Romeo Dahlin's brother played for the Paradise last year. Oliver Dahlin, number 19. Here's Zambrano. And it is sent away. Enzo Pinozo, is he onside? He is not. That pass trickled all the way to Andres Ferrere, but he was just offside.
You see the aggression there. It looks like Ferrere actually went down from Lenato, but offside regardless, but very, very close. And
Paradise with possession again. It's Romeo Dahlin to Barnett. That's a nice move. Now to Felipe Rojas. Paradise all the possession here in this first half. They've just controlled this game. Nothing to show for it, though. It's a very similar first half to what we saw in the last home game against Miami AC, where the Paradise were able to come away with a 2-0 victory with 2 goals from Andres Ferrere. One that was a sensational goal in the 30th minute. Enzo Pinozo. Here's Burlew. Leon controls. Leon again. Tries to squeeze it into the middle, but a poor touch right there from Lefebvre, and it's Barnett to clean it up. So the Paradise reset and look to go again. Mounting the pressure. Barnett. Bernal. Now Ferrere. Barnett. Ferrere tries to turn, and that's all ball. Ferrere chips it in. Dahlin tried to control the touch, just could not, and it is saved by Michael Stone.
Yeah, it's a really good challenge there by Ferrere, able to make that run into the right side of the field, but it looks like he put too much heat on it for Dahlin, not able to control it.
Paradise. Let's go, Paradise.
There's money.
Paradise.
Leonardo. Arenas trying to find Michael Appia, and a smart play right there from Lucas Camerath just to head it back to Killstrom, who was able to retrieve it. Killstrom, he's been fine in goal this season, has some really good games, a couple of clean sheets, but last game is kind of where the breaking started. 4 goals allowed, the most that he's allowed this season. But a strong bounce back here so far, but hasn't been tested much. Belgrove will give chase. Camrath turns his body and gets it back to Killstrom. And a poor pass from Killstrom. It's Lefebvre who's on it now. Now it's Zambrano. Lefebvre, who go for goal?
Yeah, it's a nice shot by Lefebvre. He had a lot of open space there in the back half of the box and just skies it right over the bar, but a nice idea.
We've got something extra tasty riding on tonight's match. If Sarasota Paradise scores 2 or more goals,
Lefebvre this season, one of 3 players for Fort Lauderdale United who has played in all 8 games and started in all 8 games. He's been a consistent force in that midfield. And that's another wonderful move from Dahlin. Dahlin's put on a class display tonight. Now it's Andres Ferrere. Michael Stone easily retrieves that one, but the pressure continues and continues to build for the Paradise.
Absolutely, yeah. They've gotten a lot of good chances here, and another one there from Ferrere, able to just smack it from the outside of the box, but unfortunately it goes right to Michael Stone.
Zambrano. Now Lefebvre. A lot of room in the midfield. Now it's Appia. That one well high into the palm trees.
Yeah, you see a lot of, back to back over the bar. It looks like they're kind of leaning back a little bit. They need to put their head down, move their body, and really whip it so that it stays on the ground.
And we hit the water break in the 30th minute. A tightly contested game so far here in this one. 30th minute, Paradise 0, Fort Lauderdale United 0 in the biggest game in the 2025 season.
2 or more goals tonight.
Welcome back on in. 32nd minute. Paradise and Fort Lauderdale United knotted up at 0 apiece. And here's Jeffrey White winning another challenge. Dolan. Andres Ferrere. Owen Barnett. Paradise on the run again. White. He'll go for goal. It's saved. Bernal tried to get the follow, but a good defensive play right there from Ivan Arenas. Belgrove able to control, but it's taken away by Camrath. Here's Dolan. Tough angle shot right there from Jeffrey White.
Yeah.
And almost able to bend it in, but now he loses it. And Michael Appia has that speed. Can he beat him? That's some good play from Felipe Rojas to cut him off. And smart by Killstrom to come out of the box there.
Yeah, a lot to digest there. I mean, that shot from Jeffrey White, but let's talk about the save from Michael Stone. I mean, absolutely amazing full body extension. We talked earlier in this game about the switch and goalkeeper maybe being a problem, but an absolutely amazing save there, and it's clearly not been.
Owen Barnett. It's again a poor touch from Lefebvre. Lefebvre's had a tough time in the middle of the field with controlling the ball tonight. Enzo Pinozo down the field. Mane. Pressure from the Paradise. Felipe Rojas able to take it away and win a throw. Felipe Rojas, one of only a couple players that has been on the Paradise all 3 seasons. Along those is Kai Tamashiro as well, and that's a hard foul. That'll be on Baptiste Lefebvre. So a free kick here for the Paradise.
Let's get loud for your Sarasota Paradise.
Definitely an interesting position, this free kick. We'll see what they want to do. If maybe they want to play it out wide, they want to play it shorter, maybe into the box. There's a lot they can do here with this free kick.
A bunch of switches, and it'll finally end up being Barnett who takes the free kick. Ferrere! Oh, he tried to go for the bicycle kick. Instead, it'll be a foul on Ferrere. Fort Lauderdale coaches yelling for a card. It doesn't look like they're going to get him, but Mane is down on the pitch.
Yellow card on Sarasota's Andre.
And they are going to give him the yellow card.
Yeah, definitely not intentional there, but kind of a reckless idea to go there for the bicycle kick. And Mane, it looks like, paid the price as he was down in the box for a little bit. As you could see, the frustration from that Fort Lauderdale bench, they were very unhappy with the ref there as the hesitation from the card.
Trainer goes to check on him. And good to play. Fort Lauderdale, not a lot of opportunities so far on offense. Their biggest strength, the defense, has been their weakness tonight. And again, you see no opportunities arise, and it's Killstrom who retrieves. What is lacking in Fort Lauderdale's offensive game right now? Just maybe the one good break that Killstrom was able to go dive in and save. But other than that, really no opportunity so far.
Yeah, I think that's mainly due not necessarily to Fort Lauderdale's mistakes, but it's due to the sheer defensiveness of this Sarasota Paradise defense, just that back four holding it down, able to get not necessarily on-ball tackles, but
and right on cue, here's Appia, a great chance and a great save. Jack Killstrom. Michael Appia, one-on-one with the keeper and a left-hand save from Killstrom.
Yeah, kind of some announcer's curse there as, I was talking about how good the Sarasota defense have been, and then you get Michael Appia there on the left side, almost scores, but amazing save from Jack Killstrom there as it goes out for a corner.
You need to go thank Jack Killstrom after this one. He saved you there, so it'll be a corner here in the 38th minute for Miami Ace, or Fort Lauderdale United. Played into the box. Sent away by Barnett. But not far, and Appia retreats to the other side to retrieve. Appia, that's wonderful. It's Burlew who got down on the ground to make that sliding stop. A nice turn right there from Morale. And it'll be a Paradise throw, so they get out of that mess that came off of the bad turnover, which almost allowed Appia to get that first goal of the game.
Yeah, and kind of as I was saying, just the physicality of that Sarasota defense has really been limiting, but it's also been the midfield of Fort Lauderdale has kind of been weak. We've been talking about how guys like Lefebvre, starting every game have kind of struggled this game.
A poor throw right there from Pinozzo. But it looks like they're going to redo the throw, and they will. Pinozzo gets a bailout there because the throw previously just went right out of play. Barnett tries to control and cannot. It is taken away by Morale. Now Appia. The tide, and it's taken away. And another poor pass was looking for Andres Ferrere. That's twice now the Paradise have had an opportunity to give him an open look. Now it's Fort Lauderdale the other end. Belgrove to Appia. Controls. For goal! And he just misses. He can't believe it. Hands on head. It should be 1-0 right now.
I've got hands on head with him there. He had clearly had Killstrom beat, but just on that outside of the post. But a really nice idea, nice touch by Michael Appia, able to get outside and get a shot off so close.
One of his former coaches at FIU talked about how much he loves to dance after he scores those goals, and he almost had the opportunity to hit a dance, but just wide of the left post. And it'll be a Paradise throw.
Yeah, just kind of go back there to that poor pass by Dahlin. It's the second time that they've had that kind of 2-on-1 situation, but unable to capitalize, and this is what we talked about before the game. They need to capitalize on those decisions, and we see it there. It almost led to a goal on Fort Lauderdale's end, and those things just cannot happen.
Andres Ferrere. Fort Lauderdale the other way. And here's Belgrove, but he can't get the touch. And sliding down is Killstrom. Had Belgrove gotten a touch on that, he's one-on-one with the keeper. And you're starting to see Fort Lauderdale amp up the pressure here in these final minutes of the first half. They've really seized control of this back half.
Yeah, it's clear they're hungry for a goal before halftime here, and they've got a lot of chances going. As you see Lefebvre, they're just a little too much heat on that ball into Belgrove, unable to capitalize. But like you said, if Belgrove had gotten a touch on that, it would have been one-on-one with the keeper in a dangerous situation.
Here is Lefebvre. Baton. Jeffrey White, once again, great defense. Paradise have pressured well. A nice turn right there from Zambrano. Zambrano brought to the ground, and it is a foul. And some pushing and shoving. Burlew, it's Burlew and Andres Morale who were exchanging punt or shoves.
You see Owen Barnett down on the field too.
And now Mane and Burlew. Maybe some friendly patting there, and
it was a lot more friendly than that altercation between him and Morale.
It'll be a free kick for Fort Lauderdale. 43rd minute, still deadlocked at 0. Again, we talked about the importance of this game for both of these teams. The Paradise, yes, they can afford a draw. However, it still puts them in a really tough position to go on and win the league. They will have to have Fort Lauderdale at least lose a game in their final 3, and the Paradise are going to have to probably win out, maybe can afford one more draw. But if the Paradise are to drop this game, they would be down 11 points, 2 games in hand. Sure, you win both of them, you're still down 5, and that's a really tough position to climb out of in the form that Fort Lauderdale United is in. And then flip side, Fort Lauderdale, they're trying to win this league. First year in the South Florida division, and Killstrom able to control that free kick easily. Do the Paradise have an answer before the halftime break?
Yeah,
All right, fans, let's go Paradise! Let's go Paradise! Let's go Paradise! Let's go Paradise! Let's go Paradise!
Jeffrey White again, a phenomenal touch and a win a throw. They'll go quickly to Dolan. Romeo Dolan sends it into the middle, and it is sent out, and it will be a corner kick. 3rd of the game for the Paradise as they look to capitalize on this opportunity before the break.
Corner kick presented by Irwin Collective. Visit irwincollective.com to schedule your consultation today.
Another good crowd here for the Paradise, who once again are making their way to the professional level next season. They'll be playing in a schedule March through October, and they will be played here at the Premier Sports Campus. And we saw it in the U.S. Open Cup. 3,500 people filled these stands. It's a city that is hungry for more soccer. Paradise hungry for a goal. Can they get it here? Sent out, Felipe Rojas. Can he control? No, that's a wonderful play by Michael Appia, but Rojas recovers well. Back and forth. Fort Lauderdale able to get away with possession. Jeffrey White almost able to win that back, but here comes Fort Lauderdale. 45th minute. We'll await the word on the amount of extra time. And it's a foul. We're going to get Andres Morale for that. Dolan attempting to steal that one, but not able to. Arines, Belgrove. Now Michael Appia, one-on-one with the new man, Roberto Burlew. Arines. Appia again, shifty, little 1-2, and Burlew able to get that out for a goal kick. A nice play by the first time Paradise. Man.
Yeah, you see that physicality combating with the speed of Appia, but Burlew able to win that one, and it's nice defense from him.
Fort Lauderdale. Another opportunity. Belgrove just missing. Another wonderful opportunity for Fort Lauderdale. Basically a one-on-one there with Killstrom. Just sends it wide again.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one to go in the back of the net. From up here, it looked like he had clearly beaten Killstrom, but just wide and hits the back fence there. But another awesome opportunity from Fort Lauderdale. They are pressing high.
From the angle up here, I was waiting for that to hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
Just a few more minutes here of extra time. Paradise can't gain possession off the goal kick. Rojas able to control the touch enough, and he gets it over to Jeffrey White. Is this the break the Paradise need? They'll win a corner. Probably the last opportunity here in half number one.
Corner kick presented by Proudly supporting your Sarasota Paradise. Irwin Collective is the preferred real estate team for Sarasota and the surrounding areas.
That's great defense there from the right back Bettina on Jeffrey Wright. I thought he had him beat there, but Bettina able to get a leg in there and kick it out for a corner.
Come on, fans, give it up for your Sarasota Paradise.
Just misses the head. Here's a good opportunity for Lucas Kamrath. The goal they needed. The goal they got. Right before halftime, the Sarasota Paradise on top of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, in the dying embers of that half, able to get the goal. Lucas Kamrath, you got some bounces from that corner, some heads, some touches, but Kamrath able to spin around and just get that nice, perfect kick into that bottom right corner. It's a great goal from Lucas Kamrath. Paradise, a much, much needed goal here before halftime.
That is his second goal of the season. Had a big one in the first home game, like we mentioned earlier, against St. Petersburg to draw them level, get an important point. Now he gives them the opener against the number one team in the South Florida Division, and surely after this whistle, we will head to the halftime break. And that will be halftime. A late corner from Lucas Kamrath, and the Sarasota Paradise head into the break with the 1-0 lead in the biggest game of the 2025 season. Second half action coming up here just in 15 minutes from the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida.
Sarasota Paradise 1, Fort Lauderdale United 0.
much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who has further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium. Saturday morning, jumped out of bed and put on my best suit. Got in my car and raced like a jet all the way to you. Knocked on your door with heart in my hand to ask you a question, 'cause I know that you're an old-fashioned man. Yeah, yeah. Can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, 'cause I need to know. You say I'll never get your blessing till the day I die. Tough luck, my friend, but the answer is no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry you anyway. Marry that girl. Marry you anyway. Marry that girl. Yeah, no matter what you say. Marry that girl, and we'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude? I hate to do this. You leave no choice. Can't live without her. Love me or hate me, we will be both standing at that altar. Oh, we will run away to another galaxy. You know she's in love with me. She will go anywhere I go. Can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, 'cause I need to know. You say I'll never get your blessing till the day I die. Tough luck, my friend, 'cause the answer's still no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry you anyway. Marry that girl.
Like, you're not gonna like
Welcome back on into the Premier Sports Complex in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. A beautiful sunset, hoping for a beautiful second half of this game. It was a very quality first half that we got to watch, back and forth, couple of chances for both teams, and then at the end, it was a bouncing ball off of a corner that found the foot of Lucas Camrath and was able to net the go-ahead goal in the 45th minute and the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Paul, these next 45 minutes frankly could decide the Sarasota Paradise's season. What do they have to do to hold on to this 1-0 lead?
Absolutely. It's the same thing I said at the beginning of this game. They have to limit those goal-scoring opportunities. They have to limit those mistakes in the box and really capitalize on those opportunities. We saw twice where there was a 2-on-1 and both times just a short pass, not able to connect with Andres Ferreri, who we know is lethal in the box. But, you know, that corner in the 47th minute, able to get it in, a lucky bounce to Lucas Camrath, able to bang it into that bottom right corner. But I would just say that they need to keep out the high press. That's been working a lot for them. But yeah, basically limit the mistakes for those goal-scoring opportunities in the box.
The Paradise have done a good job of that. It's been a much better display defensively than last game. However, they had only allowed 1 goal at the break in the last game. They allowed 3 second-half goals in the 4-2 defeat to FC Miami City.
Yeah, like you said, just a really quality half. A lot of really good passing, a lot of good touches, a lot of good, you know, kind of plays into the box, a lot of good opportunities, but only one of them coming away, and it was kind of off an awkward bounce, but excited to see what's in store for this second half.
George Waits will come on in for Romeo Dolan as we are underway in half number 2 here in Lakewood Ranch, where the Paradise in desperate need to hold on to this 1-0 lead. Here is George Waits. Shifty right off the bounce to White. Tries to get it into Barnett. He was well offside. Here is Lucas Camrath, who had a sensational goal to put the Paradise up at 1-0. Marko Darkovic talked about that, needing to get the opener and needing to set the pace of this game. Said that they got very lazy in the last game, weren't able to create many opportunities, but that last goal by Lucas Camrath is one that superfan Philip Darkovic would get really excited about, one that all Paradise fans are going to get really excited about, and that's the type of stuff that the Paradise offense needs to keep on generating. They did a perfect job of it in half 1.
Yeah, they absolutely did. That was a great goal from Lucas Camrath. Even though it took an awkward bounce, he takes advantage of it, banks it into that bottom right corner, and they're able to go up 1-0 right before the half. But like you said, going up early, getting that first goal is super, super important, and that's something that they really haven't been able to do. They've had a lot of come-from-behind victory, so that was crucial here in this game.
And a good chance for Appia and Belgrove, and they both whiff on it. And it's a continued theme so far in this game. While the Paradise have the 1-0 lead, that doesn't mean that Fort Lauderdale has not had an abundance of opportunities so far here in this game. They had the Micah Appia one-on-one miss. Belgrove just sent one wide, and now 2 whiffs right in front of goal. Even with some traffic, a great goal-scoring opportunity goes to no avail.
Yeah, for both teams, really just a myriad of opportunities as we see one here.
Mane is able to take that one away. Valles. Baton. Valles. Lefebvre Mane. Good passing in the back for Fort Lauderdale. Trying to find their first of the game. Taken away by Waits for the time being, but one back by Fort Lauderdale. Zambrano to the middle, it's Lefebvre. And controlled very nicely by Jack Killstrom. It was Ivan Arenas who sent that one in. Andres Ferrere able to get by the initial defender, but not the second. Slow building for Fort Lauderdale to start here in half number 2, looking to build from the back. Belgrove trying to find Appia. Felipe Rojas doesn't want to budge, and he will send it out for a throw.
Some nice coverage here by the Paradise defense.
That's a nice move by Batine. Rojas in coverage, and Pinozo heads that one out. It'll be another throw. Lefebvre. Fort Lauderdale still with possession. They'll win another throw. That one deflected out by Jeffrey White. Jeffrey White has been very good tonight, both on the defensive side of the ball, but especially with controlling the ball on the offensive half. He's been able to create some good touches and some good opportunities on the run for the Paradise so far.
Absolutely. Been lethal in that offense. Have had some very nice touches, some nice runs, some nice passes. He's been very good, but he's kind of been taking the role of Kai Tamashiro and kind of that winger that can play some really good defense, but he's been filling the role really nicely with some nice defensive plays, as you see, as I talked about earlier, him and Felipe Rojas kind of switching positions, so he's kind of been playing more back, but it's been working out for the Paradise.
Here is the goal scorer, Lucas Camarath. Over to Christian Leon. Hasn't been involved too much in this game in the midfield spot. Owen Barnett. Jeffrey White. Barnett. Taken away, and here's Michael Appia. It's something that Marko Dakovic also touched on in the conversation we had with him before the game, how there's only been one goal scored in the first 6 games from the midfielders. Looking to see more from guys like Owen Barnett and Christian Leon. It was a spot last year where the Paradise excelled. They actually scored the majority of their goals outside, of course, of Seth Maulmeister, from guys like J.P. Jordan. And, of course, William Pierce, who had an incredible season last year for the Paradise. But this season, it's been a lack of production for the Paradise. Lucas Camrath has 2 goals on the season. Enzo Pinozo has 2 goals in the season. They have 4 times more goals from their back 4 than they do their mid 3. And it's something that Mirko Dakovic wants to see improved from the Paradise this season.
Absolutely, and it's not like I would say their midfield is necessarily weak. I mean, you've got guys like Owen Barnett, like Christian Leon, who are really lethal in kind of creating these chances, but it's just capitalizing on those goal-scoring opportunities. When they get the ball at their feet in the box, they're unable to capitalize, but been playing very well here tonight. Obviously, you have the goal from Camrath in the defense, but yes, definitely looking for more of a midfield involvement in those goals.
Owen Barnett almost had a goal in last week's game against Miami AC. Almost had a couple of them, but was not able to convert, and that's wonderful defense by Enzo Pinozo, but an even better spin from Bernal. Here's Rojas. Paradise looking to run. That's a wonderful slide by Diego Valles. Sends that one out for a throw. Was trying to find Jeffrey White or Andres Ferrere on the run. Fort Lauderdale has been aggressive with the challenges, but they've been successful with those challenges. Here's Owen Barnett. Giving chase is Jeffrey White, not able to get there. Ferrari with pressure, it's turned over. A good chance. White slips and cannot get to the ball in time, and it is sent out for a throw. But again, we've talked about it, that pressure for the Paradise causes Mane to make the mistake, opens up another chance.
Yeah, that's something that's been very common for the Paradise throughout this whole season. They've been playing a very high press, especially with those attackers, those wingers, causing those mistakes in the defense. And we see it right there as Jeffrey White almost able to win the ball back in the box because of that.
Here's Spinoza. Bernal chips it in. White's on the other side, and a tough angle to try and kick that one off from the air. It'll go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, we've been seeing some great touches from Jeffrey White, but just a really tough angle as he tries to control it there from a nice cross, but unable to do so.
Oh, Michael Appia almost made a stunning move, but denied, and it will be a Paradise throw. Michael Appia, we touched on it earlier. He's got that speed. It's one of his highlights of his game, and there's a reason he got drafted in the 3rd round by Miami in the MLS Super Draft just a few months back. It's in December. George Waite's flip side, and it is too far. Was looking for Roberto Berlou.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to that interaction with Appia and Felipe Rojas. Not something that a lot of people notice, but Rojas's body language and his positioning was very good. You see, Appia didn't even, touch the ball. He let it go right through his legs. He was hoping that Rojas would kind of open his legs. He closes his legs. He positions his body in a nice position so that that ball doesn't go through.
Felipe Rojas has played a phenomenal defensive game, just one of his many solid defensive plays as White gets it taken away by Zambrano, and now here is Appia on the run. Once again matched up with Felipe Rojas. Appia plays it in. Pinoza will send it out. Rojas, a poor clearance. Appia ends up with it again. And he'll draw a foul, and it will be a free kick in a dangerous area for Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a dive as he kind of threw himself into the defender there, but the referee doesn't see it that way. He calls it, and the Fort Lauderdale in a very nice position here with this free kick right outside the box.
And the trainer coming onto the field. Saw some lightning over in the vicinity. We'll see if that draws any closer here as we're in the 56th minute. And it looks like Felipe Rojas will be checked out by a trainer. And it looks like it'll be Javon Rodriguez who will come on in for the Paradise. So Felipe Rojas will come off after playing a great game at left back, keeping Michael Appia in check, but a little shaken up after that foul, and he'll head to the bench for the final 35.
Substitution for Sarasota, number 31, Ivan Rodriguez.
Can Fort Lauderdale level this game at 1? They'll go short. A good opportunity for Zambrano. Deflected, Arenas pocketed right there from Jeffrey White and sent out for a throw.
Yeah, that's really nice defense again by Jeffrey White, again playing kind of in that back half. Able to pocket the attacker, and the ball goes out for a throw.
Belgrove setting up for a long throw. And it is teetering the line, but Jeffrey White able to send that one out of play.
Trying to do his best Enzo Panozzo impression with that long throw.
Nowhere near as effective. It's a good ball in. Can he get around? Zambrano! Zambrano's taken 2 shots here in the last 2 minutes.
That's a really, really nice spin there by Zambrano as he's able to get around the defender, but just gets way under it and skies it way over the bar. But a really nice idea that could have been lethal if he had just kept his body down a little bit.
Zambrano, the leading goal scorer for Fort Lauderdale United. 6 goals on the season. He averages just under 1 goal a game. He's only not scored in 2 games so far this season. George waits with it. Now it's White. White has Panozzo, but it's taken away. And now Fort Lauderdale on the run. But Jeffrey White back there to take it away, but then a poor touch. Fort Lauderdale wanted to go quickly, but they'll retreat to throwing it back. It's Lenato. Batine. Now to Diego Valles. And Jeffrey White again gets his foot in there to clean up the mess. Andres Ferrere was looking to set up a chance with Owen Barnett. Instead, it's now Michael Appio with it. But set out by Lucas Camarath for a throw.
It's a great tackle by Lucas Camrath. You see some protesting from that Fort Lauderdale bench, but clean tackle, clean slide, all ball.
Lefebvre back and forth with Batine. Batine into the middle. They're well off, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, really no one there in that latter half of the box. A really nice cross from Batine, but just no one there to retrieve it.
61st minute. If you are just joining us here at the Premier Sports Complex, it's a 1-goal game, and it was Lucas Camrath who had the goal in the 45th minute, the last seconds of stoppage time. He was able to net a goal off the corner, and that's the only goal that we have so far in this battle between some of the top teams in the South Florida Division. Fort Lauderdale United, 7 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss to the Sarasota Paradise. They're looking to get out of this with at least a draw. And while it's not a win for Fort Lauderdale, not allowing the Paradise 3 points would feel like a win in regards to the standings. But here's Andres Ferrere. Has some opening to Jeffrey White. And it's 2-0. He's been productive all day long. Jeffrey White gets his curtain call.
And he has been productive all night. What a goal from Jeffrey White. All alone in that box, able to squeeze it right past Michael Stone, but just a great run there, a great ball into Andres Ferreira, great run, pass back into the box. But like you said, just so productive tonight, able to end up with a goal.
You've seen it on the defensive end. It was only fitting that he got one on the offensive end. And it kind of goes back to what we saw earlier in the first couple of moments in this game, where in the first half, there were 2 good chances on 2-on-1 breaks for the Paradise with poor passes. And they were both to Andres Ferrere. Andres Ferrere said, "Let me show you how to pass it." Gives Jeffrey White a dime, and he scores. And 2 substitutes coming on for Fort Lauderdale and 1 for the Paradise. It is Elias Kodry for the Paradise. And it is Lucas Costa and Peter Cotrosio.
Sarasota goal by Robert White, assisted by Andres Frere.
It'll be Owen Barnett coming out for Elias Kodry. Elias Kodry started in the game against FC Miami City.
So the substitution, number 5, Elias Kodry, in for number 20, Owen Barnett.
But yeah, like you said, those kind of missed opportunities in the beginning of the game, two-on-one situations, both with Ferreira in that box, but the pass is unable to get to him. And then, like you said, Andres Ferreira shows him outstun, gets a nice assist there. Beautiful pass into Jeffrey Wright all alone in the box, and gets a beautiful goal there to go up 2-0.
And so now the pressure has to come from Fort Lauderdale, in danger of dropping their second game of the season to the Paradise. It's a game that now, we were just talking about possibly getting the win. Now they need to try and find a draw, and an early opportunity right there for Peter Cotrosio.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some high press, some Sarasota Paradise-esque press from those attackers, from those midfielders, and it's going to need to happen if they want a goal here.
That means free Chick-fil-A for everyone. As promised, every fan in the stadium tonight will receive a gift card for a free Chick-fil-A sandwich, redeemable at any Sarasota Bradenton location.
65th minute.
After the final whistle, look for Chick-fil-A team members near the
Arenas
exit to claim your card.
taken away right there from the Paradise. And the Paradise are on the run again. Trying to bring it towards the middle. Oh, that's a wonderful tackle. Andres Morel.
Yeah, that was a nice look in the attack there by, going into Jeffrey Wright there. He was all alone on that left side of the field, but a really nice tackle by Andres Morel, able to just stop it in its tracks.
Here's Javon Rodriguez. Michael Stone picks it up. Jeffrey White was giving chase but shut off.
Lauderdale substitutions, number 9, Lucas Costa.
Once again, it is the Paradise who score the most on FC or on Fort Lauderdale United. Fort Lauderdale United, in the other 6 teams they played this year, they've allowed 1 goal. To the Paradise, 4. And it just goes to show how strong this Paradise squad is when they're at their full potential, when they're at their full level. As Elias Kodry, the poor touch, and it goes out. That would have been a great opportunity to try and find that 3rd goal, but the Paradise seemingly unlocks something when they play Fort Lauderdale United, and this is the type of momentum, this is the type of offense that the Paradise have been looking for throughout the season, and this has probably been their best offensive display of the season to this point.
Yeah, absolutely it has. They've like you said, really, really locked in against Fort Lauderdale here tonight. 2 goals against a team that has only allowed 1 goal to their other 6 opponents, but I guess you could say the Paradise kind of their kryptonite in a way.
5 goals allowed this season, 4 to the Paradise. Still plenty of time, though, for Fort Lauderdale to try and find a response, try and find an answer. Here's Zambrano, the leading goal scorer. Can he be the one to find the answer for Fort Lauderdale? Flip side, it's Lefebvre. Arenas' pass will go out, and it will be a goal kick. Not many substitutions to this point in the game for either squad, only 3 in total, only 1 for the Paradise. In their last home game, they had around 5 to 7 substitutions made, and Miami AC also with an abundance. But in this tight game and in this game with such importance, they want their starters out there. They want the main guys out there on the pitch, and that's what you're seeing here, besides a couple of guys. And you saw the changes really in the front half for Fort Lauderdale. They're trying to get a spark, trying to get something going, because the offense, they've had spurts, but it has not been consistent as it normally is. As here's Lucas Camras sending it down to Jeffrey White. Had the goal just moments ago. Settles it. Andres Ferrere. Oh my goodness. You would have been watching that on SportsCenter Top 10 had that found the back of the net. My goodness.
Wow. Yeah, what a try there by Andres Ferrere. Almost looked like it was going to go in for a second, but Michael Stone able to get back.
I don't know how he got that on target from the distance. It was from outside the box. I mean, truly, that would have been #1 on SportsCenter Top 10 at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, unbelievable try by Andres Ferrere. Almost works out for him.
Relatively easy save, but foul. They'll get George Waits for that. Lefebvre wins it. They're going to look to go quickly. Christian Leon. Waits, and a whiff by Javon Rodriguez. Fort Lauderdale going for goal after that, but shot is blocked. It was Andres Morale who was attempting to get that. That's a wonderful touch. Elias Kodri getting by. A real opportunity now. It's Fabrizio Bernal on the run. Andres Ferrere controls now. He'll cross it in. And Mane able to control and send that one out. Now the other end, here's Fort Lauderdale. Can they get something going? Cotro. Going for goal from distance! Just wide, and it took a deflection, I believe. It should be a corner for Fort Lauderdale. What a shot that was from Carlos Zambrano.
Yeah, just a really rocket there by Carlos Zambrano. And those deflections can be really scary, but that's kind of what you want to trigger here from Fort Lauderdale. Just a mistake, a deflection, just something to get you back on that scoreboard.
Zambrano sends in the corner, but Kihlstrom there easily. And that deflection probably sent that one wide. It looked initially to be on target, but a deflection that ultimately just sent it wide. That was a lot closer than it probably appeared. Taken away. Fort Lauderdale turning up the pressure. Paradise clear. Batine wide open on that right wing. Another corner.
And we're kind of seeing the Paradise just not letting up in momentum here. There doesn't seem to be any shift of energy, especially considering, they're up 2-0. It's the 71st minute. You might see some kind of backpedaling in energy, but you haven't really seen that from the Paradise. They're keeping that energy up.
So 3 substitutions now for Fort Lauderdale. It's Fernando Sanchez, Matthew Gordon, and Alessandro Salvadego. Belgrove coming off. Pinozo gets ahead on it. And just out of the reach of Mane, who was trying to keep that one in the box. It'll still be a throw for Fort Lauderdale. Looks like some substitutions are getting ready to come on in for the Paradise. Here's Andres Ferrere. Now Bernal. Spinning, turning. And sent away.
Yeah, not a lot of help for Bernal there as Ferrere and Jeffrey Wright late to the box there.
Lefebvre.
Substitution for Fort Lauderdale, number 20, Fernando
Sanchez sends it into the middle. Lucas Camarath sends it away. And you're seeing a lot of pressure from Fort Lauderdale, but it's allowing a lot of fast break opportunities for the Paradise.
Yeah, you're seeing they're moving a lot of their kind of defensive midfield and some of their defenders up a little bit. So when the Paradise do get the ball back, there's no one really back there, so that allows for those fast breaks.
And it looks to be a yellow right off the whip. Zambrano draws it. And a free kick here in the 74th minute. Down 2-0.
Looks like maybe a little bit of a cramp there from, appears to be George Waits.
So a big opportunity here for Fort Lauderdale United to try and put themselves back into striking distance.
Attention, Paradise fans, tonight's attendance, 1,021. Thank you.
Paradise once again drawing over 1,000 people in the crowd, as you heard over the loudspeaker. 1,021 people in attendance at the Premier Sports Complex. A number that surely will grow as the season continues to build, and especially if they can get a win over the top dog in the South Florida division. But they'll need to stop this free kick first. Just over the bar.
It was honestly a really fantastic free kick. It was really far out, but just right over the bar.
And we head to a water break in the 75th minute of action. It is a Jeffrey White goal that puts the Paradise on top 2-0. We'll be back with the final 15 minutes here on NBC Sports Engine.
All right, Sarasota Paradise fans. Of the Sarasota Paradise.
Running through the water break, so we're in the 77th minute, but we will have a few minutes of extra time. 2-0 to score now. Paradise in control. They're 14 minutes and some change away from setting themselves in position to be in control of their own destiny the rest of the way.
All right, Paradise fans, let's get ready. Give it up for your Sarasota Paradise.
Yeah, they get put in a really, really good position if they win here, and a loss would have been really bad for them, but in a position to win it here and potentially have a good chance to maybe pull out, you know, a first place result in this league.
Looking to go back-to-back and advance to the playoffs once more. This is the first key step in doing so, as now we're past the halfway point in the season. These are when the games start to get real. These are when the final moments, the crunch time moments, matter the most. Can the Paradise hang on, or will Fort Lauderdale United put themselves in a position to be in control to win the South Florida Division in just their first year playing in USL 2? They've had some great opportunities here in the second half, Paul.
Yeah, it may seem a little out of reach. You know, you see the clock, you see the 2-0 score, but we've seen this a lot in this league of late winners, of late dramatics, especially 2 goals like in that kind of 80th minute. So Paradise want to keep doing what they're doing, keeping that high press, keeping that lockdown defense. If they can do that, they'll shut out Fort Lauderdale here in this final moments of the second half.
3 substitutions coming on here. 4 substitutions coming on here for the Paradise. It is Chris Solari coming on in, as well as Andrew Hallenbach, Nicholas Slivich, and as well as James Maxwell. Andrew Hallenbach, one of the star defenders on the team, and he will come in to replace Roberto Burlew, who played a fine first game for the Paradise in his debut with the team. Jeffrey White and Andres Ferrere also coming off.
13, Andrew Hollenbach. Going in for number 32, Robert Love.
And what a game for Andres Ferrere, and especially probably the star of the night, Jeffrey White, coming off after wonderful defense and a timely goal to give the Paradise a 2-0 game.
Yeah, played amazing on both sides of the field, and you don't really see that from especially a left winger, but he's able to put a real show on defense and offense, able to get that goal. Nice assist from Andres Ferrere. He had an absolutely amazing night tonight.
So fresh legs on for the Paradise for the final 10. Nicholas Slivich takes that one away. Oh, Elias Kodry shaking and baking with the spin. Kodry! Oh, my! Fort Lauderdale United coaches lighting it up on their sideline. They were demanding a foul, and they didn't get it. All 5 coaches off the bench right now.
Yeah, it looks like
and they're going to get a yellow. Fort Lauderdale coaches still pleading, but to no avail. In fact, it goes the other way.
Yeah, it looks like an off-ball foul. I kind of saw it briefly from Arenas and Pinozo, and it looks like Arenas just was kind of on the ground in pain, but unsure of what happened, but infuriating from the Fort Lauderdale bench, and they actually get a yellow card.
Nowhere near.
Getting a ball from the sideline there, wanting to go really, really quick.
Yellow card on the coaching staff of Fort Lauderdale United.
And they have to go quick. Time is running out. Fort Lauderdale obviously coming into this one having to play the Paradise hard. They end their season as well with St. Petersburg, which is a tough opponent, and that's on the road. Fort Lauderdale coaches still chirping down at the 4th official.
This is crazy. I mean, they have a yellow card and they're still pleading.
They are tiptoeing a fine line right now.
They definitely are. That's not something you want to do, especially late in this game. It's not a good look for your club.
You saw last year, Marko Dakovic got sent off with a red card.
Yeah.
Pinozo sends that one away for the time being, but retrieved from Fort Lauderdale. And they'll win another corner. Fort Lauderdale's amping up the pressure here. Down 2-0. They've got to go quick. They've got to act fast, and they've got to find a goal to get them back in this one. Batine controls! And it is out of play. And it's a goal kick. And the Fort Lauderdale coaches and players can't believe it. And he's got the red card in hand on that sideline. Is the fourth official gonna raise it? He is not.
Bit of a.
And now the official talking with Jakeem Batine.
Yeah.
They can't believe it wasn't a corner, but it's a goal kick here in the 83rd minute.
You see that?
Played back for Stone, and Stone! He lost it! Are you serious? It's Elias Kodry, and it is 3-0 Paradise.
Yeah. Yeah, Paradise lock it up right there. Elias Kodry able to get a mistake on Michael Stone, going up 3-0 here in the 84th minute. Nice press from Elias Kodry, easy goal. And it seems like the discombobulation from the bench and then from the players of Fort Lauderdale kind of led to that goal.
And
you
Elias
see,
Kodry
yeah.
will get a yellow, but a yellow card that he will not care about. And it's showing that the pressure paid off for the Paradise. They've been pressing on Stone all game long. And there's Elias Kodry able to put that one in the back of the net. The Paradise are going to lock up 3 points here at home, barring an unforeseen comeback. In the biggest game, the Paradise seem to always have an answer. Last year, back against the wall, they need a win versus Miami AC. They win 4-0. And here we are against Fort Lauderdale United, backs against the wall, season on the line. And what do? They come out with a 3-0 performance as we're in the 85th minute. And now it's another foul. Fort Lauderdale United just playing frustrated at the moment.
Yeah, they're clearly frustrated. That frustration is kind of boiling over into play, and that's not what you want to see late in the game. You don't want to get maybe a red card that could potentially send off a player for then the next game. And that could put you in a bad position for not just this game, but obviously the next game.
And you know what that means. Free Chick-fil-A for everyone.
And this time, Stone wisely decides to keep it in his hands.
Yeah, as he did not do against Elias Kodry, which led to that third goal.
And it's taken away again. George waits. To the Paradise have another one. Waits. Battling. And it's out of play. It's a throw. That was Fernando Sanchez that he was battling with on that side, and Enzo Pinoza will set up for a throw.
Yeah, I think this could really bounce the Paradise into a momentum for the rest of the season. This has been their toughest opponent in the league as they,
A foul there on Elias Kodry. Javon Rodriguez, though. A nice touch, and it's over to Christian Leon. Waits. Over to James Maxwell. James Maxwell had the assist against Fort Lauderdale United when Andres Ferreira hit the game winner just 2.5 weeks ago. And out for a throw.
But yeah, like you said, backs against the wall. Last year, Miami AC deciding the league really in that game, getting a 4-0 victory, and then here, really big game, probably the biggest of the season, getting a 3-0 victory here, as it would seem in these final minutes.
And they didn't just have to beat Miami AC, they also had to go on the road next week to a very good St. Petersburg squad, and they were able to pick up a 1-0 win. It just seems like when they need the win that they find a way, and it's a yellow. That's on Nikola Slivic.
Lauderdale kind of taking their time here. I'm surprised they haven't played it already, as they kind of need to go quick if they want to get any sort of result here.
They were waiting on the referee to allow play. Can they spark some interest in a comeback? Patine with it in the box and sent away by Lucas Camarath.
It's a great clearance by Lucas Camarath.
Andrew Hollenbach. Now to James Maxwell. Leon. Camarath playing it long, trying to find Chris Solari. No problem that time for Michael Stone.
It's a nice run there by Chris Solari, just a little too much on it, right over his head, but that could have been dangerous.
Slivic, dangerous, playing with that yellow card. Zambrano. Flip sides. Belgrove gives that one away. Oh, and that's a nice move right there. Oh, how about another one? George waits. Oh my goodness! It's taking Fort Lauderdale to the rollerblade park. 3 guys down. Back to Javon Rodriguez. What a display of control. It's honestly been the highlight for the Sarasota Paradise tonight, has been the level of control with the ball.
Absolutely. They have really limited the mistakes.
Oh, that's a
in turning the ball over.
Great ball, but just slightly long.
Yeah.
Great idea, great run. 90th minute here, 3-0. Crowd anxiously awaiting the final whistle.
We talked about a big part of the Sarasota Paradise's game, as you said, was that limited control. We talked about at the beginning of the game needing to limit those mistakes in the box, but that is what led to, if you have control in the midfield, if you have control in the defense, you're gonna have those limited mistakes in the box, and that's a big part of why they had such a big victory today.
Sent long. And Solari controls. Maxwell. Andrew Hollenbach. It's a great pass from Waits. What a back heel! But the pass too long, was trying to find Nicholas Slivic. And it will go out, and it will be a goal kick. 5 minutes of extra time. So 4 minutes remain here. Slivic able to get it to George Waits. Camarath. Leon will play it back. Kodry. Can't win that one. It is sent away by Lenato. Liev. Zambrano dishes it into the middle. It's Costa. Costa on goal, but a nice right-hand save right there from Jack Killstrom. Tough angle shot right there, but Killstrom forced to react. That was a great shot right there from Costa, but the right hand down, able to make the save.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Costa. As you said, they're a really difficult angle, but he really makes a nice attempt on it, and it's a difficult save from Killstrom, but able to keep up his really nice performance and a clean sheet tonight.
About 2 minutes away from that clean sheet. And what a performance it would be to have after letting up 4 goals in the last game. Taken away, but 1 back. Joaquin Batine. Oh, that's a nice back heel between Lefebvre and Batine, but he whiffs on the shot. That's a couple times tonight that they've whiffed. Elias Kodry, man, he wanted another fast break opportunity. Here's a chance, and it goes high. And just frustration right there from Fort Lauderdale. You can see it from Mane at midfield, just not finding the answers and a good chance, but just not enough tonight.
Yeah, it's just really nice play, honestly, there by Lefebvre, and I believe it was Batinia with some nice 1-2, some nice back heels, nice pass, but just a whiff at the end, and they're unable to come away with the goal.
Mane to Batine. He was looking to find Cotro. Slivic under duress. And he wins a foul. Lanato.
Even in these final seconds, continuing that tension, that Fort Lauderdale defense just ruthless in these challenges.
You can't really blame them. Down 3-0. They have to be aggressive, and you've seen them be really aggressive in the second half. But it has been to no avail. This defense from the Paradise, with the control they've had, the tempo they've set, it's been a game that they've thoroughly controlled, and the score reflects that here in the final minute of extra time. Paradise fans just awaiting that final whistle to solidify themselves, to control their own destiny with 5 games to go. Paradise are back in action at home on Saturday, June 21st. They'll be going off against Kingshammer City FC. So a big week for the Paradise. Kodry cut off, and that's a hard foul. George waits, sends, I believe, Batine to the ground.
Batine a little shaken up there. It was a really hard foul by George Waits.
And excuse me, that was Carlos Zambrano, who is down on the pitch. One last go at it for Fort Lauderdale. Oh, that's a great ball in! And it's offside. The goal will not count. And right on cue, this game has gone final. They needed it, and they got it. 3 points to the Paradise, and they, with 5 games to go, control their own destiny in the South Florida Division. It's a 3-0 win for the Paradise. It is Jeffrey White with the goal, Lucas Camrath with the goal, and then Elias Kodry in late in the second half with the final touches. A bad pass from the goalkeeper, Michael Stone, and Kodry finishes off for a 3-0 Paradise win. The Paradise will be back in action on Saturday as they look to build momentum towards the #1 seed for Fort Lauderdale United. They'll play again next Wednesday. Back to the drawing board. They don't control their own destiny anymore, but they are still in a great spot to try and win the South Florida Division. The top 3 now looks like this. Fort Lauderdale, 7 wins, 2 losses, 21 points. St. Petersburg, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss with 16. And now for the Paradise, 5 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss with 16 points. Knotted up with St. Petersburg. It is going to be a tight finish in the South Florida Division, and you can catch it all here on the NBC Sports Engine. I'm Addison Rusko. Alongside me is my partner, Paul Whiteside. Thanks so much for joining us here at the Premier Sports Campus. We hope to see you for the Sarasota Paradise and Kings Hammer FC on Saturday, June 21st.